Okay, let's dive right in. If you're a chartered accountant in Bengaluru, you're going to want to pay close attention. This is your new playbook for mastering salary negotiation. We're talking about how to stop leaving lakhs of rupees on the table. And let's get real for a second. This is a massive eye opener. The average salary hike is sitting at just over 9%. But look at what's happening on the right. CAs who really know their stuff, who know how to negotiate, are pulling in hikes of 30% or even more. Sometimes way more. I mean, that gap is huge. And this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's kind of funny when you think about it. We are trained to be so careful with every single rupee, but when it comes to our own salary, we often just take the first number we hear. It's a mindset that is literally costing you a fortune. So yeah, let's call it what it is, a very, very costly mistake. But here's the good news, it is totally fixable. And we're going to look at the story of one CA who completely shattered this way of thinking. So let's talk about someone we'll call Meenal. She came from big names like Deloitte and KPMG, so she's the perfect example. Now get this. In just 5 years, she more than tripled her salary. She went from 7 lakhs to over 24 lakhs per annum. Her journey is proof that with the right strategy, this kind of growth isn't just a fantasy, it's absolutely achievable. The very first step in this whole playbook is so simple, but it is absolutely critical. You cannot negotiate well if you're just guessing what you think you're worth. The entire foundation of a strong negotiation is built on hard data. And here's a perfect example of what that data looks like for Bengaluru. If you're a fresher from a big foreign audit, you should be looking at around 8.5 to 9.5 lakhs. Now, if you're in tax or deals, that jumps up to 10, 12 lakhs. But then look at corporate finance. The potential is just massive. It starts around 17 and can go past 60 lakhs. You've got to know where you fit in this picture. So the big question is, where do you find this info for your specific profile? Well, these sites are about to become your best friends. Use Naukri, LinkedIn Salary, CAA Club India, and Glassdoor. But here's the key. You have to filter for your role, your experience, and your location. In this case, Bangalore. That's what turns generic data into your personal negotiation superpower. All right, you've done your homework, you know your number. Now for the main event, the actual negotiation. This is where we get into the scripts, the exact words to use, and just as important, the right time to use them. Ah, here it is, the classic trap. The recruiter asks for your current salary, and the second you say that number, it becomes the anchor for everything. It almost always limits how much you can make. So what do? Here is your script. This is what you say. Instead of giving them your old salary, you give them your future target. You state your expected range, which, by the way, should be about 20–30% higher than your minimum, and then you flip it back to them by asking if that works for their budget. See what that does? It dodges their question and recenters the whole conversation around your value, not your history. Okay, I know what some of you are thinking, but what if I don't have another offer? That is totally fine. That's a super common fear. And yeah, another offer is great leverage, but it is not the only leverage you have. Your most powerful tool is all that market data you just researched. And this script right here, it's a masterclass. It's so good. It's polite, but it's also direct. It points to objective market data, and it opens a discussion instead of making a demand. This little email shows you're serious, and it shows you've done your homework. Great, so you've handled the base salary talk. But hold on, we're not done yet. A pro negotiator knows that the base salary is just one piece of the pie. It's time to look at the entire compensation package. There is so much more on the table than most people realize. You can ask for a one-time joining bonus, a higher performance bonus. You can even ask for a guaranteed promotion review after 12 months. Or what about better hybrid work options? I mean, in Bengaluru, that's worth its weight in gold, am I right? And please, don't underestimate how valuable these things are. A joining bonus can easily add an extra 2 to 3 lakhs to your first year's pay. Just like that. It's a fantastic way to bridge a gap if the company says they can't move much on the base salary. Same thing with the performance bonus. Pushing that from a standard 10% to 15 or even 20% can seriously boost your total earnings for the year. It's basically you betting on yourself and getting the company to bet on you too. Okay, we've covered a ton. Strategy, data, scripts, the whole shebang. So let's pull it all together into a final, simple action plan that you can use to get ready for your next big move. Here's your checklist. First, update your LinkedIn, but focus on numbers. Quantify your achievements. Second, create some real leverage by applying to 3 to 5 roles at the same time. Third, practice these scripts out loud until they feel totally natural. And finally, and this is a big one, your tone. Always lead with excitement for the role. You're a highly valued candidate they want, not a demanding one. You know, learning to negotiate isn't just a nice to have. It's a core career skill that can add 15 lakhs or even more to your lifetime earnings. The whole playbook is right here. So the only real question left is, are you ready to use it?